The snow outside is really cold. Yeah, man, because it's made of ice. How do I make my body feel warm from the inside? Do you have any advice? It's a mushroom soup with a popover thing. It's gonna be delicious, and that's what I'm gonna sing. Let's warm up.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. We'll eat well and save money, because that's what we do. Welcome to Struggle Meals.
Do you know what happens in the wintertime in the Northern Hemisphere? Things get really, really cold. And I'm here to melt away the real and figments of your imagination with wild rice mushroom soup. For years, I've been cooking wild rice and the aroma is very woody and I never really understood why. And then one day I found out that wild rice isn't in fact rice, but it's seeds. So we start with wild rice here. It's pre-soaked already. Putting in our water. I'm gonna bring that up to a boil and then I'm gonna lower it to a simmer and put the top on. But the best part about the wild rice is that because it comes from the seed family, the structure holds up really, really well in a soup. And seeds have structure. They have integrity. Let's get the base of our soup going. Mushrooms. Delicious meaty flavor without having meat. And loaded with vitamin D, which we're all in need of in the cold winter months. Let's chop these up. I've got cremini mushrooms here. They've got just the right amount of flavor, not too mushroomy. Slice some garlic. The anti-onion crier 7400. Take that, my nemesis. It's making its way around the mask. I just can't seem to beat it. Let's get our pan hot. Packet drawer butters in. 1, 2, 3. The rice is boiling. Let's lower it down to a simmer. Butter is melted. Garlic in. Let's get some onions in. Hit it with some salt, a little pep. Let's throw those mushrooms in there. It's gonna help soften the onion and garlic even further. Our mushrooms have cooked down quite a bit. Optional step, I'm a big fan of screw top white wine. This is called deglazing. The idea being that when we just cooked the onion, garlic, and mushrooms in the pan along with the butter, little brown bits called souks were forming on the bottom of the pan. Well, that's flavor and we want it. I'm gonna drop the stock. Drop the water. We can totally dilute this with water and stretch this soup. I think it's a good move. Let's add some carrots. I think it's really lovely to put them in at this stage because they're gonna hold their texture much better and add color and sweetness. When I think of delightful, wintry herbs, thyme comes to mind. And of course you could buy this and have it dried or you could buy it fresh, but I think you should grow your own. It's a much better bang for your buck. So, to the Struggle Herb Garden. And here we have some gorgeous thyme. I think my favorite part about growing it myself is that it's super vibrant. It's been waiting for me to pick it. It's not slowly dying inside of a petroleum-made package. We're gonna get this lemony, yet also deep, dark forest flavor. Interplays with the mushrooms really, really nicely. Personally, I think it elevates their flavor to excellent status. Last but not least, a bay leaf. This one isn't edible. We're gonna have to fish it out after. Thyme and bay, those are little things. Can you do without them? Yes. Will it be as good? We're gonna bring this up to a boil. You know what the only thing better than soup is? Soup with a homemade roll. And that's why I'm gonna show you how to make sort of a version of that. It's called a popover. It's a delicious, eggy, moist, easy to make sort of bread thing that's hollow in the middle. And the Brits love this with their soup. And I think that that's probably a good thing because they have terribly cold weather a lot of the year. First thing we need to do is preheat the muffin tin. This has gotta be hot. We start with eggs. Bloop. Milk. Let's whisk this together. Throw a tablespoon of melted butter into there and some salt and some thyme. Get some flour in there. It's very important that this batter is smooth. If you have clumps of flour in there, it's not gonna cook right. It's not gonna pop over. That's nice and smooth. Okay, pan is hot. And now we're gonna work quickly. We're gonna put a little bit of butter into each one of these things. The second the batter hits this, it's gonna start rising. That's how we get the popover lift. Pour to cup, work swiftly. Into the oven, quickly. The popovers go in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. That's gonna give them this oven spring that makes them pop up. And then for the last 10 minutes, we're gonna turn it down to 350. No oven door peaking. We need these things to stay hot. Let's finish this thing off. I'm gonna throw in some cream. It's gonna give us a really nice color, more body, more flavor, more warmness. We're just gonna hit it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. 1, 2. When we put in heavy cream, apple cider vinegar, what happens? Flavor stretches open. Bay leaf coming out. Here's our rice. Texture looks great. Let's give it a little taste. Maybe the tiniest bit more salt. All right, these guys are all done. Let's pop them out of the oven. Oh, softness to the nth degree. Popovers / Yorkshire pudding. Our warm mushroom and wild rice soup with popovers. And it comes together for $2.69. Let's have a bite. Oh, calming, glorious. It's so soft and warm in the middle. Can you see the heat coming off of it? Here. The thyme in this is delicious. So light, so fluffy, so homey. It's delicious. We've got the heartiness of mushroom and thyme. Then we've got even more warmth. That's the rice that's in there. And then finally, the popovers. What a delicious and fun treat to dip in or eat as a side dish. Why wouldn't you warm your body from the inside out with this dish?